In my last video, I hyped these bikes up. This video, we're gonna do nothing but talk a little bit of shit about them. Stay tuned. What is up, Ghosty family? So today we're gonna talk about 3 things I hate and love, because I can't talk too much shit without showing a little bit of love to my Sportsters. They're definitely my favorite bike. They stand out among the rest.
It's provocative.
No, it's not. It
gets the people going.
Go ahead and drop a comment now. Go ahead and tell me the worst thing about the Sportsters, the reason you upgraded, or the reason you still ride one. So without further ado, here are 3 things that I hate and love about my Sportster. Reason number 1 that I hate my Sportster is because of the power that it provides from factory. So from factory, you don't get too much craziness, right? At the price point it's at, or compared to other Harleys, like with that 117 that they just released, beautiful M8 motor, and one of the few that actually enjoyed the M8. Or at the price point, I paid $14,000 for that bike back in 2021. $14,000. In the sport bike world, you're getting insane power numbers. So if you're looking for just raw power and torque, you're not gonna find it in the Sportster right off the bat. But on the flip side of things, the reason I love the power out of the Sportster is because there's that unlimited potential there. So like I mentioned in a previous video, you can go with a 90 cubic inch kit, a 1275, a 1250, a turbo, which personally my build goals is to go with a 1275 from Hammer and then slap a turbo on there. Those two, especially if I do 1275 with a lower compression rate, throw the turbo so you're getting the rammed air and the bigger heads. Hey, sounds like a good time, am I right, fellas? I'm stupid. Another thing I will throw in there, that if this is gonna be your first bike, like it was for me, this one is my first bike, still have it 4 years later, going on 5 years now. I'm still riding it, I'm still loving it. Every crack of the throttle, it still throws me back a little bit. Then again, I'm only $150. So like, it doesn't take much. But that being said, if it's gonna be your first bike, it still offers enough power to where you're scared of it. You're gonna respect the bike when you first start riding. You're not gonna get on there and just crack it wide open. I mean, some people might. There's always gonna be that one person that does, you know, I'm gonna hear about it in the comments, I'm sure. But if it's gonna be your first bike, there's enough there to where you will respect it. And then after a few years of riding, you will fall in love with the amount of power that you have, because you can just crack that throttle and have fun with it. That's what I do. I absolutely love the power that it has now, especially after I've done a stage 1 on it. It's a big difference. I mean, I will say, people like to downplay a stage 1 upgrade, but when you go from that, you know, stock to that stage 1, it doesn't add an insane amount, but it's enough there for you to notice, especially with like a 2-in-1 exhaust like I'm running, an air cleaner, and then of course the tune with the FP3. I think there's definitely enough there to like, whoa, you know what I mean? It's definitely a big difference from stock. I'm especially looking forward to when I go up to that 1275 and that turbo. I'm gonna mention it a lot. I can't wait, it is my absolute dream. And then of course, if Cam. Or people say you notice the most amount of power when you throw a cam in it, tune it to that cam. So it's gonna be a beast. I mean, it's absolutely insane. That kind of brings me into the next thing. The reason I hate the Sportster, secondly, is because of the size. It's a small bike. It's not very big. I mean, I'm 6 foot, right? So like, you can kind of tell the bike's not all that big. And that was kind of my biggest fear with it, was like, man, am I gonna be comfortable on this thing? And surprisingly, I kind of am. It's not, you know, as big as like a bagger or even a Softail per se. There's not a whole lot of ground to seat, you know what I mean, height. So I was a little scared, but that benefits me, because when you're learning, there's a tendency you're gonna try to drop the bike, or not try to, but it's gonna happen. Have I dropped it? Yes. I'm not too masculine or too manly to admit that I have dropped my bike. It happens to everybody. It especially happens to those on the 700-pound, 800-pound baggers that you see. You've seen the videos online. It happens to me on my little 400, 500-pound, somewhere in the ballpark of there, Sportster. I mean, it's gonna happen when you first learn to ride. Now, with that being said, I feel I had the benefit because it's only 400 to 500 pounds. It's not like I'm trying to save 800, 700 pounds from like falling, Plus the weight's in a good place, I feel. It's not too top heavy. The weight's a little bit lower set. So, you know, there's that to where it's like, okay, I can save this a little bit. Also, with it being a lighter weight bike, I have the advantage of being able to throw this thing around. I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere, Virginia, as you can tell. We got a lot of curvy back roads. I can really throw this thing into the turn and have a lot of fun. The only thing that gets me in the turns are the pegs and my exhaust. My exhaust sits a little bit lower to the ground. So I'm fighting that as well. There's a lot, you know, that kind of goes into that ground clearance a little bit and the size of the bike overall. But I think it's a positive thing, especially for new riders. I know I keep mentioning that, but this was my first bike. So, you know, I kind of have that like, okay, this is what I went through as a first rider. This was my experience. And who knows, maybe I'll drop a video about that soon, about, you know, this being my first bike. So go ahead and subscribe. What are you missing out? You're going to see me grow and this channel become everything, and I'm going to get a turbo. Okay, I got to stop doing that, but it is so funny to me. Anyways, let's move into reason number 3. Reason number 3 being the design. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a beautiful bike, but it's not going to turn heads. I mean, it's just not. Most of the time you're going to get made fun of because those who ride know it's a Sportster. They're going to call it a girl's bike. I'll emphasize this a lot because it is a lot of what I heard. I ride a girl's bike, but I mean, I've kept up with the R6s and the 600s and even past them. Then you got the Harley riders, and listen, once my build is all said and done, it's going to be nothing for me to pass them. I mean, the weight, it's a tiny bike, but the main reason with design that I've had is that from factory, it is not the most eye-catching bike. You got to put a little bit of work into it. That's why I like my Memphis style shade. I think the shade really adds a nice little pop to it. I think the design, I turn that into a positive because it's a blank canvas. It truly is. Whatever you can imagine, you can do to this bike. Like I said in my previous video, if you haven't watched that yet, go watch it. I talk about why I still ride a Sportster in 2025. But like I mentioned in the previous one, if you want a dirt bike, if you want a cafe, if you want a bobber, if you want a club style, the possibilities are endless. Hell, I even have a friend on TikTok. Shout out to him. I'll put his name right here. I'm slipping right now, so please forgive me on his name. But he turned his into a bagger, and it looks absolutely incredible. It's a beautiful design that he did. And that's what the Sportster is. It is just a blank canvas that you can do absolutely anything that you can imagine. You can do it. And that's what I love about this bike. I know I said I was going to talk some shit on it, but I love my Sportster. I can't emphasize it enough. This bike is badass, and you cannot beat the sound of an Evo motor. You just can't. It has that iconic Harley sound. And the Sportster was the longest production bike for a reason. The motor sounds nice, they're reliable, they last a while, and since I got the 2020, I don't have any oil leaking. Can you believe that? I mean, maybe it hasn't been enough miles yet, but it's just not there. And I gotta say, that is the 3rd reason as to why I hate/love my Sportster. That is my 3 reasons as to why I hate/love my Sportster. As you can tell, it was hard for me to make 3 reasons as to why I hate the bike. I really think Sportsters are a great combo of a beginner bike to one that you can last a lifetime. I really do want to pass this bike down to my kids. I could not imagine a better bike to keep for a lifetime just because of everything I plan to do with it and everything that I have done with it. I've put a lot of wrench time into this bike, mainly with accessories, but even like my air intake, my exhaust, I know I'm doing the turbo, the cam. I just think it is such a fun bike to not only to wrench on, to ride. People say they're not really long distance bikes. I've done 3 hours on them. I've done 6 in a day on it. I was comfortable the whole time. I mean, the only time I really wasn't comfortable is the smaller gas tank. I guess I could have mentioned that as to why I hate it. It has a smaller 3.3 size gallon gas tank, but every 100 miles, you're gonna wanna stop anyways. I don't care what bike you're on, maybe a Goldwing, you know, when you're comfortable, you got massaging seats, the whole 9. But I think the Sportster gives you that break. Want to stop or not, it's kind of like nice. It's kind of like, hey, you gotta stop. So enjoy that. It's kind of like those new like cars where they tell you, hey, you gotta stop them seeing signs of like falling asleep, that kind of thing. Except it's just gas running out. So you get a moment, run at a gas station, take a piss, get something to snack on, get an energy drink, and boom, you're good to go. You're back on the road, you're comfortable. Personally, I love the Mustang seat I have on it, but I do want to put a Saddleman on there. But the Mustang seat is plenty comfortable on these longer rides. It's done me great. I absolutely love this bike. And if you love Sportsters, subscribe to my channel. That's all I have right now. So that's all these videos are going to be about. So until next time, like, follow me on my other platforms as well. I plan to post more on YouTube, put more effort into this because I see more long-term potential out of YouTube than any other platform. So subscribe, guys. I'm going to keep saying it. I have merch, but unfortunately, my merch website is not up right now. So guys, I love you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.